All right, we are live for another local spotlight here on the Arrow Title Services page. And we have today a very special guest. Her name is Demetrice Strapp, and she is the owner and CEO of the Crown Candle Company, which is one of my favorite local companies. But here along the Treasure Coast, here at Arrow Title Services, we wanted to create this local spotlight to highlight local businesses around our community that are making a difference, going out there, and especially with the times in COVID and such, we wanted to make sure that we were highlighting these amazing businesses and showing you guys these businesses you may not have known about. So if you've ever lit a candle in your life, stay tuned because you need to
Right,
hear from
definitely.
me.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. So, Dee, thank you so much for coming on and sharing with us your company and your story. Please, we're going to get into the candles and the good stuff, but I want you to introduce yourself a little bit and how you got to where you are today.
Well, as Lucy stated, I am Demetrice Strapp. I know it says CEO next to my name. That's where I am now. But the journey, gosh, where do I start? I mean, I'm a lifelong resident of the state of Florida, born and raised. Um, St. Lucie County, born and raised. Graduated from Fort Pierce Westwood in 2003. Um, I worked as a child welfare case manager for a few years after finishing college before I decided to start my own business, which is the Crown Candle Company. And that's where I am today. I guess that's kind of the Cliff Note version.
Well, hey, you've been through a lot along the way. And I think that, you're local here, you're a local business owner, and you have climbed your way to the top. You weren't given that top seat right there, but I know that during COVID, your business has escalated quite a lot, right?
It really has. It really has. COVID was something that caught all of us off guard. And I had just started my business. I was open for business, I believe, 2019. So COVID coming in 2020 was like, whoa, what does this mean for the new business that's just getting off the ground? And by the grace of God and just the hard work and consistency with the business, it definitely grew leaps and bounds during a pandemic. So much so that I was able to resign from my 9 to 5 that I was currently working at that time to be full time. And that alone speaks to the supernatural favor of the business because not many people had that opportunity at their doorsteps during a global pandemic. So people were home, quarantined.
They're like,
So
my
that
house stinks.
right, everybody's in the house, you're cooking in the house, the kids are in the house, and just the whole mental of it all, just not being able to go anywhere. You definitely wanted the space where you were allowed to be smelling good, to be, aromatic and just, promoted feelings of peace and serenity and joy. So those candles definitely started flying off the shelf. And people were, the demand went through the roof. I poured several candles during the pandemic. All candles, by the way, are hand poured. I don't import or source from outside the source. I pour them directly myself. So that definitely was a blessing to continue to see growth during a global pandemic.
Absolutely. And I think that there's that the context to that of that everything is hand poured and made here locally in Fort Pierce. I know that that's something that you're very passionate about, that local branding of your product as well, which puts us only even further on the map here locally. I know that it's a big piece of your business to put that on there too, right? You've made it a point.
It is definitely every label on the candles, on the wax melts, are there the branding hand poured in Fort Pierce, Florida. I think that's important because that's where she was born. That's where I was born. When these candles go out to different states, to different countries, because we've shipped internationally before. Fort Pierce, Florida is on the label. So that bears the semblance that, we're going far beyond where we are. So that's important to me. I don't imagine ever taking that off of the label unless we're out of Fort Pierce or something. But still try to find a way to put it in there, because that, to me, that's just part of the branding as well. Just as much as the company name, where she comes from is just as important.
Absolutely. And I mean, you could always change it if it wasn't hand poured for some reason in Fort Pierce because you physically moved away from the area, which I don't foresee anytime soon or anything like that.
Nah,
So
nah.
you might travel a little bit, but
Right, definitely might travel, but relocation, especially not to Texas. Ooh, sorry for all that's going on there. It's crazy. But yeah, that's definitely been a staple for me. Even my business has gone through changes. Um, you know, different phases. You first open and you grow from that point, and you grow is to the point now, to where we're seeking a physical storefront for the business, because it's just growing that much. I've always poured in my home, in my kitchen, but it's definitely outgrowing that space, and I'm happy to report that, of course. So we're
yeah.
definitely looking to expand in 2021.
So was there anything specifically that you did during the pandemic to really launch your business? Because we all know that, a lot of businesses were struggling during that time. And I really think that, pivoting was a big aspect to the whole, change in our whole worlds, right? I mean, now we're living in a whole other world than we were a year ago, which is
Our
crazy to
normal
think
is definitely different. It's
Yes.
definitely different. Right off the bat, candle vendors did not really feel the impact of COVID right away. Most people, jobs shut down, buildings were closed down, so that impact came instantaneously. Um, Makers like myself, our vendors experienced more demand, if anything, because people were looking for other ways to start to make income, to create income streams. So for me, it was a matter of making sure I had inventory on hand, to meet the demand of orders that were coming through. I mean, there were times I was pouring at least 400 to 500 candles a week, just to keep up with the demand. So because what I like to do is pour the candles and have them sit. Um, the longer they sit, the more fragrant they are when they burn. So I would pour tons of candles just for inventory purposes. So when orders come in, I don't have to have, a 2 or 3 week wait time for candles to be poured. I also started a wholesale part of my business,
Yeah.
um, because business owners, um, were looking for ways to market their new businesses. People were starting new business brands and looking for ways to market those businesses. So I started the private label sector of my business, where I was pretty much contracted to pour candles for other business owners. So I had other businesses that were purchasing candles from me to pour, but the advertising and branding of those candles were for that particular business. So that alone, was a huge leg up in the business in the pandemic. And that continues to grow into 2021 with private label. And now we're even getting into wholesale and distribution. So it's continuing to grow, continuing to demand a lot more out of me as a person. Um, the work-life balance is definitely real, even when you're an entrepreneur. When you're working a regular 9 to 5, or some type of traditional employment, people are encouraged to take their sick days and take their sick time and use your PTO. Same thing as an entrepreneur, because you will experience burnout. Because it's yours, you feel like you have to go super duper hard, which you do.
It's where the passion strives through.
It definitely pushes through. You push through the days of being tired, you push through the days of not feeling well, where in actuality you need to take days off in your own business as well, because your business is only as good as you are.
Absolutely. And you were talking about those private label candles that you guys do. And we at Arrow actually got a couple, it's crazy to think it was a year ago, but our client, we usually do a yearly client customer appreciation party. And that party, we weren't able to do this year because of the circumstances, but I have a little candle that I still have one left, but the candle
Wow.
that you made us with our brand and
Wow.
everything on it, thank you for your business. And she did like a tri-layer candle. And let me just say, guys, this candle, if you burn this small candle, you see how it is in comparison to my hand right here, right? Look at this candle. This thing will light up your entire office, like your entire office space, not just your one office. Like when we were in our smaller office downstairs, I lit one of these. You could smell it at the front of the building, like of the office.
Oh, that's awesome.
So
You
these
know,
candles are incredible.
thank you for sharing that, Lucy, because I actually had that come up in my Facebook memories today, of those candles. And I shared it, and my caption was, "I'm not new to this. I'm true to this." You know, I've been in the private label for a little while, and each private label client is unique in itself because the demands and the needs of the client change from order to order. So I'm just proud of myself that I'm able to, you know, get new clients, acquire new clients, and are still able to pour different types of candles, different designs of candles, for each client. So that is amazing. You know, I still have people that share candles I poured when I first started, like in 2019, and those candles look totally different from how they look today, right?
Yeah,
So
your
it's
private
always
label brand is
nice.
upgraded.
Yeah, it's always nice to take a stroll down memory lane to see where you've come from, how you started. All that goes into the sauce, all of that.
Absolutely. Well, I think it's absolutely incredible what you do. And you also mentioned a little bit about how the candle business didn't really stop growing during the pandemic because everybody was trying to kind of find these little niches to jump into, find their passions and things to get into. So that actually kind of leads into one of my next questions or things that I want you to highlight. Haven't you started to help other candle makers?
Yes, I recently started to venture into the arena of education about candle making. There are lots of people around the world, obviously, but also locally here in my own community that want to learn how to make candles, not even sometimes for, you know, to start a business, but just to learn a new craft, to learn, have, you know, some DIYs to be able to make them for friends and family, whatever the case may be. So recently, as of last week, I started candle making classes in Fort Pierce. We had our very first candle making class, successful candle making class in Fort Pierce last week. Um, so I look forward to doing that more in the community. I still understand COVID is still definitely a thing we're dealing with. So if not in person so much, definitely looking to bring that to virtual platforms for people not only in our community, but in the nation, the state, the world, to be able to access that content, to gain the knowledge that I've been able to acquire over the last couple of years and learning how to start a candle business, run a successful candle business, make candles that actually work. Because you would think
It was easy.
that it was easy, and it's not. There's a lot of science to candles. It's an actual scientific experiment, if you will. It requires math is involved, knowing how to calculate ratios and percentages, learning those different formulas to make the candle work, because all candles don't always work. My first set of candles I poured was in 2018, and I was so excited. You know, they came out looking nice and cute. I'm just like, okay, on my way to a million. And those candles did not sell. They did not smell
Oh,
whatsoever. They didn't.
who would
And
have
it's
thought
all
math was
behind.
involved?
Yes, my ego was just pew, you know, like why don't I smell it? I smelled it when it was sitting on the dresser just cold, but to actually get a hot throw from the candle is definitely a science of how to get that to work. So
The hot
uh,
throw works, so.
right. So you can attest to that. So given the fact that I've been able to master certain crafting with the candles and different ways of crafting, I definitely feel like I'm in a place now to where I can share that and educate people about it. So that's exciting.
That is really exciting and just another piece of what you're doing here in the community that makes you a special business owner here, because I think it's absolutely incredible that you learned a business model and a way of doing something, and you find a passion in something, and now you're willing to share that with other people because you had so many people who reached out to you and were curious about it, and you've been on this journey of entrepreneurship and trying to create a name for yourself, the Crown Candle Company, which is so appropriate, and I love it. And I just love that you're spreading that passion and that fire with other people, and trying to help build them up, because obviously, I think a lot of people can think of business and think of it as all of a competition, right? Because you can think, oh, you're helping someone to create a candle. If you show them your ways, they could be they're a competitor to you. But for you to be so selfless and sharing that with other people because you want to see other people succeed around you, that's just incredible, as shows a testament to your character and how passionate you are about what you're doing, and confidence in your brand too. So I just love everything that you're doing, and you have so many cool, unique products too. So I want you to go into a little bit about the products that you offer through the Crown Candle Company, because it is a lot of candles, a lot of options of candles, but there are some other key gem items and some new items. So go ahead and tell us what those are.
Before I get to the products, I want to piggyback off something that you said about being able to share that with others without the fear of, someone coming in and stealing your business. I believe that, that mindset comes out of a mindset of scarcity. You feel like it's not enough for everybody. Someone's going to take something that belongs to you. Someone's going to come along and steal your thunder. And you really can't thrive in your business with that mindset. You're always going to be looking for a way to take something from someone else versus to give, which is, I believe your gifts are not for you. Me learning how to craft candles and how to produce this business and run this business is not for me. I always tell my kids, this business is for you. During the time that this business will really thrive and flourish and produce the income that will sustain, my lifestyle, your lifestyle, I'll be a little bit older, so this is not just for me, it's for others as well. I never operate from that mindset that if I teach someone how to make a candle, oh my gosh, they're going to start a business and take all my customers. No, definitely not it. Walmart and Publix thrive in the same arenas. CVS and Walgreens thrive. They're practically across the street from each other. I don't know if you pick up on that,
yeah,
but whenever there's a CVS, there's usually a Walgreens across the street. So, and neither of those businesses go out of business. So, I definitely don't have that mindset. Definitely want to, share as much as I can with whoever is wanting to receive that information and use it to however they feel. So that's definitely, I wanted to touch on that. But the products.
Thank you. Thank you for touching on that, Demetrice. And I really think that it is a testament to your character. And I think that a lot of people do operate in that mindset of scarcity. So it just shows how amazing of a business owner you are here locally, and that I'm a huge believer of the exact same philosophy. And a lot of people, there's a saying out there that says, your story is not your story.
It's not.
It's your story.
What you're going through is not for you. It's for someone else. I'd never, ever, never, you'd ask me well, not 2 years ago, but 5 years ago, what are you going to be doing? I would have told you something totally different than what I'm doing today. Never saw this really in the beginning. I was a single parent at the time and just looking for a way to make an extra source of income. So I love candles, and I've always wanted to, have candles around. So why not start a candle business? And that idea just took off and has been in the atmosphere and in the universe, and it continues to produce and manifest things of its own. So yeah, that scarcity mindset is something that a lot of people have. That's why some people don't like to share, even when it comes down to an outfit. Where'd you get that from? And they don't want to tell you where they got it from, because it's like there's enough for everybody. I saw a post on social media one day about the bread aisle in the store. You go down the bread aisle and you see so many different brands on the same aisle, and all of them sell equally. Everyone has a different need, a different taste, a different desire, So just because there's one business owner that's doing something, there are some people that I won't reach with my business. I just have certain people assigned to me. I believe that. So the people assigned to me may be assigned to reach the people I'm not assigned to, so it's bigger than me, but that's a whole other conversation.
No, absolutely. No, the more you give, the more you get. And sometimes
right.
getting back isn't always monetary. It's a good feeling too. So I think
it's the feeling of being able to help someone to share. And the fact that people even look at me in that capacity, like, to start a business, help them start a business, to teach them how to do things, that alone is an honor to be viewed in that capacity. But getting to the fun stuff.
Get to the fun stuff. Those products.
The products. I'll grab a few. Hold on.
And guys, so while she's grabbing those, she has a variety of different products that she offers. I know we were just talking about that right before a little conversation right there, but she not only has candles, she has these little, I don't want to take away her thunder, but she just has more than just candles. So I have quite a bit of her stuff, and I'm excited to be ordering more.
Yes, you do. You do. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we'll start with the actual product, the ThreeWick Candles. I'm going to try to get this right to the camera. There we go. These are my 9-ounce hand-poured candles. I have right now about 15 cents in each cent. I have a candle. Like I said before, hand-poured, handcrafted. They're all, you burn your wick here in the center, right? So these are amazing. Obviously, these are the flagship item, the candles. Hand poured, handcrafted. These are my babies, right? We also have room sprays. If you're not really a candle person, but you like the fragrance, you can use this. It's actually a room and linen spray. So you can use these on your pillows before you go to bed at night. Spray down your pillow. If you want to use it in your car, it's the air freshener in your car. If you want to use it in the home, just as an air freshener in the room, you're more than welcome to do that. The bathroom is an odor eliminating properties in here, so you can use it in your bathrooms, home or office. If you're a fragrance lover but don't really care for the flame of a candle, if you have little ones around or pets or such, soy wax melts are a good way to get your fragrance throughout your area. You can use them in a tea light warmer or an electric warmer that you plug into the wall. You can use your wax melts. These are also available on the site. And Lucy was talking about this.
Yes.
This is a diffuser. And I actually advertise these as car fresheners. So you can use these in your car. You can use these in any small area. They won't light up the room. Obviously, it's little. So the car is the perfect area to keep this diffuser. You can hang it around your mirror, your rearview mirror in your car. And ever so often you can, turn the diffuser upside down to refresh the fragrance. But these usually typically last for a while, at least 6 weeks. You can get out of the diffuser. A lot better than the deodorant trees in the dollar store, right?
Yeah.
You can get a lot better of these. And recently, I have a new product.
And I'll speak to those car fresheners while she's grabbing that new product that she has. But the car freshener that I have in my car, I just refilled it because she sells refills for those too. I just refilled it, and I first put up, I think, in the middle of December is when I got my first one.
Yeah.
The middle of December is when I got mine, and I just refilled it now. So that's 2 months. And what's super cool about that, can you hold it up one more time? Because I don't think people understand when I give it to, I bought some for gifts for people, and they were like, what do I do with this? So this cool diffuser, which I don't know how she finds these super cool little items. Oh, maybe dropping it. The bottle has a,
it has a plastic cork.
No, what's in the bottle, the fragrance, the
diffuser solution.
The solution. So it has that in there, and then there's a little cork in there, and you unplug that, and then you screw back on I love how she's following me. Yes, I did. You screw back on
like QVC days.
Yeah, wooden cork piece on top, and what you do is then you flip it upside down and it diffuses into the cork, and then that's what disperses the scent, and it's so cool because it's pretty, it's not an eyesore. If you're hanging that in your car, and she has different colors too,
Yes.
if you're hanging it in your car, it's like really nice. It's a nice little decorative thing that people wouldn't even know is a diffuser.
Right.
That's
People
my
don't even
visual
recognize
on
it. Very discreet. None of those, tree deodorant trees hanging from the rear view. You have a nice diffuser. I currently am waiting. Like I said before, initially COVID didn't hit us very hard. The candle vendors, now it's catching up to us that a lot of people have started candle businesses. So some things are a bit hard to come by, and these have been one of them. I have an order that is en route. So if you go to the site, you won't see them right away. But I definitely, if you follow me on my social media platforms, when they are restocked, you definitely will know. And if you're on my email list, you definitely will know as well.
So how can they get on your email list, Dee? Do they email you?
You will go to the website, www.thecrowncandleco.com. Sign up for your $5 coupon off your first candle. Okay, you get a coupon for your candle. You sign up for the email list, and you also get to use that coupon for your first purchase. I'm also running an offer. Purchase 2 candles and get a free wick trimmer.
Ooh,
A wick trimmer.
getting the
Let me
wick
show you
trimmers
those.
now. So trim your wick.
Please trim your wick.
I love when she screamed, "Please trim your
Please
wick."
trim your wicks. Listen.
Go ahead, give us a fun fact about wicks.
Wicks. Wicks are something similar to, imagine your vehicle, and your vehicle burns gasoline. Okay, your vehicle has certain parts that give off the fumes and the toxins from the gasoline burning, right? The wick is the same thing. The wick is the part of the candle. It's the most important part of the candle because it consumes the wax and it consumes the fragrance oil that's inside, that's infused in the wax. When you are burning that candle, it's very common for the wick to turn black at the top that's been burned, right? Even sometimes you might see black substance collect on the rim of the candle. Even if not a crown candle, you may have seen it on a store-bought candle or just any candle because it's candle science. It happens to all candles. When you don't trim off that burned part of your wick, it's pretty much like burning trash in your house because you're burning stuff that's already been burnt. You're burning trash. You're giving off, I don't want to say toxic, but not the best for your environment. You don't want to breathe that in. It's like sitting inside a garage with the garage door closed and your car burning. You're breathing in the stuff that's supposed to be released into the air. So that's where your wick cutters or your wick trimmers will come in. I recommend using a wick trimmer. Obviously, scissors might work when the candle is at the top, but as this candle continues to burn down into the jar, you will not be able to get down in there to cut the wick evenly. These are also being offered on the site. If you purchase 2 candles, you get a free wick trimmer. Use your code free wick trim at checkout to get this free wick trimmer. So definitely, please get you a wick trimmer. I hate seeing candles that are like black and smoky, and it's like, oh my gosh, my candle almost caught fire. You probably haven't been trimming your wick. You don't want to do that. So
you do like monthly reminders, trim your wick on.
Trim your wick. Trim your wick. I post on my social media all the time, different little cute little memes about trimming your wick. But honestly, it is something that you do need to make a habit of. Even if you're not burning crown candles, even if you're retail store candles, you need to trim those wicks. What will happen is you'll continue to burn that wick and burn it and burn it and burn it, and you will create a fire hazard. Because like I said, you're essentially burning trash and relighting it, and it will catch fire. It's a fire hazard at that point. So don't say no one told you. Other items, real quick. I have a new item here called the Tea Light Sampler Pack.
Ooh.
And what it is it's a sample pack of 9 tea light candles of my most popular scents. If you are a new customer and you've never shopped with me before, you can definitely purchase the tea light sampler to kind of get an idea of what the scents are like, and then commit to a larger size candle once you have sampled the tea light. So
I
That
love
works.
that.
That works well. And I also have my newest item. I have a lot of new items.
Yeah, I love
My
it.
newest item is a candle subscription box. And for the month of February, I'm actually promoting the box. It's the self-love. That's the theme of this month's box. We're on the Valentine's Day in the mood of love. So our theme is self-love. In the box, you receive an 8-ounce hand-poured candle, a decorative candle. You got some rose quartz, amethyst stones, rose petals in there. A very intentional candle. You also receive the body scrub, nice sample size body scrub in that box,
Mm.
as well as some coupons to some local businesses that I've partnered with for facials, eyelashes, massages, just different businesses to support during the month of February. So I have those available as well. So
And how much are those subscription boxes? So
the
the subscription,
subscription,
are they subscribing to it like per month, or is this like just a one-time box?
the future goal is to have monthly subscriptions. Getting the logistics for that in place with everything else I got going on. So right now you can purchase the box as a one-time box. Going forward in the future, it will be available on a subscription. So those are available on the site as well.
And how much is that? You have 9 days to get that box.
9 days, $27.99 on the
That's
site.
amazing.
Yeah.
First of all, that's a step. I want the box. Give
Yeah,
me the box.
definitely something to have. And you can also support, other local businesses that you may not have heard of. I mean, Fort Pierce and just our area, Port St. Lucie alone has so many wonderfully talented people. I mean, and it goes back to our conversation before about having that scarcity mindset. There's always going to be someone that, nothing new, there's nothing new under the sun. Whatever idea you have, someone else is going to have it too. Whatever gift or craft that you have, someone else might have it too. So being able to work with those people versus working against them will prove more beneficial for your business in the long run.
Yeah.
Those people learn your character. They learn to say, to be able to share things with you based off of how you treat them. So, and one last product I wanted to share. These will be going up on the site eventually, but I had a very special friend of mine. She passed away back April last year in 2020. Her name was Audrey. Her name is Audrey Renee, and she was a wonderful, phenomenal human being. And in her memory, I made a candle called Broken Crayon Still Color. That was her motto because she, lived with a lot of different health ailments while she was with us, and she transitioned. And I just made this candle, and it resembles different colors. This one's been sitting for a while, so for one, it's going to light up your room whenever you do light it because it's been sitting for a long time. But I just wanted to put that out there. That Broken Crayon Still Color.
I love that.
Yeah.
And I just love that you created that in her memory. And I know it means a lot to you.
Yes.
And I know that you were sold out of those candles for quite a bit because of the amazing heart that you had put into them.
Yeah.
So that's incredible, Dee. And also, do you want to you have your 3-wick candles too? That's an option for people too, right?
I do. I did have 3 wicks. Like I said, COVID has caught up to us in the candle world. So the wax that I used initially to craft those candles, which is more of a luxurious soy blend. I'll talk a minute about the ingredients in the candles. All candles are poured with soy wax. Soy wax versus other waxes is usually a cleaner burn, not as toxic. Like it's not going to kill you to burn another candle, obviously. But if you have a person that's sensitive with allergies, maybe respiratory issues, burning a soy candle versus a non-soy candle might be preferred because of the properties in the soy wax. So with my 3-wick candles, that wax that I was using to craft those candles has been out of stock for a while, since about December actually. So I am currently testing other waxes to release for 3-wick candles. So as soon as I can master those those candles and that wax and those ingredients, I'll definitely relaunch the ThreeWick Candles as well.
Sounds great. Awesome. Well, as you guys have heard, and if you guys are just tuning in now, she has a plethora of products. And so she's always coming out with new things all the time. I mean, just right there, I saw about 2 items that I didn't know about beforehand. And I stalk her like crazy. So not to sound crazy. That makes me sound crazy. But no, I love Demetrice, and me and her are quite close. So
Yes.
I love all of the things that she is doing, and I think she is a phenomenal business here locally along the Treasure Coast. And Demetrice, do you want to tell people where they can best contact you? I know you said a little bit about those specials and such, but I just kind of want to wrap it up with that. Or do you have any last things that you want to mention before we?
The best way to contact me, the business, is through email. That's at info@thecrowncandle.com. You can email me with any questions, any special inquiries. If you are a small business owner looking to get into the private label for candles, I mean, everybody loves candles. I mean, if you hate candles, yeah, I'm gonna stay away from you. But emailing me is the best way to get in contact with me. If you're looking to make a purchase of some sort for the candles, definitely going to the website, taking advantage of those offers. As soon as you get to the site, you'll be asked to sign up for the email list to get that $5 off coupon, and also to take advantage of the wick trimmer offer. Please trim your wicks. Please, please, please. Also, like I said, accessing the website there, and following me on social media. Like, that's where you can find me on Facebook, The Crown Candle Company, and on Instagram, The Crown Candle Co. So that's my spiel.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Demetrice. It's been amazing to have you
Yes.
on to share a little bit about your story, your passion, your drive for starting this business that has become such a big part of your life and how you share it with other people. So this is exactly why I wanted to create this local spotlight here on the Arrow Title page, because I thought we here at Arrow Title are a local business, and we want to help support other local businesses that are within our community and highlight all of the amazing things that they're doing. I mean, we obviously focus on real estate, but the world isn't just real estate, right?
Yeah, I mean, when we're speaking on real estate, I mean, I'm also a real estate agent. So the candles and real estate just, marry very well into each other. Obviously, you're buying a house and you want the house to smell good. So hey.
Hey.
But I thank you for inviting me on to the platform. I really appreciate, the people that invest in me and support me is not always in a monetary fashion, just the resources that align with me, people that believe in my vision, believe in my business. I get messages, emails, just random people I've never met, that just inbox me and tell me how much I inspire them, how much they've watched me grow from 2 years ago to today. So that's always a blessing to know that you're touching people's lives, and platforms like yours definitely provide me with the reach that I wouldn't normally have with my business. So I appreciate you inviting me on and allowing me to share my story. Hope I didn't talk too much.
No, you're fine. You talk just enough. You're amazing. So you
Thank
talk as much
you.
as you need.
Thank you.
I love it. Thank you so much. And for those of you guys who are watching, we do this local spotlight every week. We have a local guest in the community who owns a business. We let them come on here, share their story, share what they're doing in the community and how they're impacting our local community here, because we want to highlight these local businesses around here. So make sure you guys stay tuned. Make sure that you guys follow us at Arrow Title Services on our social media, Facebook, Instagram. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel, Arrow Title Services, and you'll get notified of all of these live videos that we do and the people that we are highlighting each and every week for this local spotlight. So again, thank you so much, Demetrice, for coming on, and thank you to all who are watching. We hope to be able to see you guys again next week, but for now, have an amazing rest of your Friday and a great weekend. So
Thank you.
bye.
Bye.